non-negotiables is that they establish that sort of like discipline for the day. A non-negotiable can be as simple as just making it a routine to make your bed right after you get out of bed. And just by instilling this simple task that like you cannot do the rest of your day without, I feel like it just sets the tone for how the rest of your day is gonna go and how you're gonna treat the rest of your day. You have to find things that you notice make a significant difference in your day and in your mood, that if you would just do or if you would just change, it would make a difference. So for me, when I come home and let's say my bed isn't made, it instantly just makes me feel so unmotivated to do anything else. Like it just makes me want to jump back into my bed. But just by instilling the idea that I have to make my bed right after I get out of it or else I can't do the rest of my day, or if I instill this mindset that if I don't make my bed right when I wake up, I'm not gonna have a successful day, that's gonna force me to make sure that I do it. And it's also gonna kind of like trick my brain into thinking, okay, every single time I make my bed, I already know it's going to be a successful day. I know how hard it is to actually be consistent in your workout goals and consistently going to the gym, doing yoga, going on runs, doing your cardio. But once you kind of find the hack to actually commit to doing those things every single day to where it kind of just becomes a routine and it's like just something that comes naturally, it will make the biggest difference in your entire life. Ultimately, you want to get to a point where your days feel off because you didn't go to the gym or you didn't get a workout in. You want to get to a point where when you do go to the gym and you do get your workouts in, you're just literally feeling like your best self. There's ways to trick your mind into wanting to work out. I found it really beneficial to kind of give myself incentives for when I did complete a workout. After my workouts, I like to drink protein shakes because protein shakes are very beneficial for helping make sure that your muscles aren't super sore the day after your workout. And so I found a protein shake that was one of my favorite flavors and it tasted really good. And so now every single time that I work out, I can look forward to drinking that protein shake. So it was like an incentive for me to complete my workouts because I'm like, oh, I get to drink that right after this. It can also be wearing your favorite workout clothes or workout set to the gym, or buying some new workout shoes. You guys know I love my Hokas, and putting those on every single time I go to the gym makes it so exciting to complete the workout. Seeing that there's actually something that you do get out of it, that's gonna help make your ability to consistently go back to the gym every single day easier. The goals that are harder for you to achieve, or the things that take a little bit more motivation than you have, it's really important to attach it with something that is convenient for you, or that's easy for you, or that you really like. The things that you're procrastinating, you have to make it easily accessible for you. You can't make it inconvenient for you to do the things that you're procrastinating. You have to make it accessible. So that's why a lot of people say, I'll put my workout clothes out the night before and put it right next to my bed, because now I have no excuse. The workout clothes are there, I have it picked out, I have the workout routine that I'm gonna follow. All I have to do is show up. So I made it really easy for myself. And if I don't show up, it's kind of, I'm just gonna feel guilty that I didn't show up because I did all this work the night before to make sure that I go today.
Procrastination is always getting the best of us. You and me, baby. I know. I will literally put off any household chore that I need to get done, thinking that I just have all the time in the world and I can just do it later. And that's really selfish of me to think, to be honest. Now, the original 5-minute rule is where you would set a timer for 5 minutes. Within those 5 minutes, you would do whatever it is you're procrastinating, whether that's like your homework, doing dishes. And when those 5 minutes are up, odds are you're either almost done or you're kind of like already in the mindset of, okay, well, I'm almost done, or I've made it this far, so I might as well just kind of finish. And so with that, you're just going to complete the task. And people will use that with every single thing that they're procrastinating. That one specifically wasn't working for me because I feel like I was procrastinating just too many things to just be like, okay, let me just get my timer out. And so I kind of tweaked the 5-minute rule to be a bit more effective to me. So my 5-minute rule is that if it takes me less than 5 minutes to complete, then I need to complete it. And it's really just coming down to the discipline that I have for myself. A lot of times, the tasks that we are procrastinating really aren't going to take us that long to finish. If you're just a little more stern with yourself and a little more disciplined with yourself, and you tell yourself, you need to get this done or else it's not going to be done. Nobody's going to do it for you. So you need to be the one to make sure that you get the things done that you need to get done, or else it's just going to be sitting around the house all day. And that's not what we want. We like a clean house. We like an organized house. So we can't let ourselves fall down like that. Either 5-minute rule, I feel like, is very effective for whomever. So I would say try both. See which one works best for you. Either way, that's going to kind of just help you be a bit more disciplined enough to stop procrastinating. before I started writing down all of my finances, keeping track of everything that I'm spending, I was mindlessly swiping my card and I was just like hee-haing all around. One day I had decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna write all this down because I don't know how I just got paid and my paycheck is already gone. And come to find out, I was literally spending over $500 on eating out in a month. And eating out is not including groceries. Groceries was a whole nother thing. So that's eating out plus groceries probably costed a little close to $1,000 every single month alone. What was I eating? So knowing that information, I was like, I need to figure out a plan to not spend this much money. So I started writing everything down. I truly mean writing everything down, okay? First of all, I wrote down every single bill that I had for the month. Phone bill, rent, Wi-Fi, everything. And then I kept all of my receipts of everything that I spent and I wrote that down every single month in a graph. So the graph was divided between what I was spending it on, how much I was spending, and when I was spending it. I also wrote down if I had any credit card expenses or just things that I needed to pay off. And then with all of that information, I made a budget for myself. So this budget, I broke into categories. This category for food, I can only spend this much. This category for entertainment, I can only spend this much. With that, I made sure that I wasn't spending more than my means. I feel like when you can physically see the number that you're spending on certain things and seeing that at the end of the month, every single month, your Starbucks category is $300, it's really gonna make you evaluate, what the hell am I doing? Why am I just mindlessly swiping my card and giving this person or this company all my money when it's not even that worth it, you know? And you just start to be a bit more mindful of, okay, how many coffee runs you make a week, how many times you go out to eat a week. You become a lot more mindful and a lot smarter with how you're spending your money when you can see where all of your money is going. So if you guys didn't know, I did not go to college. After high school, I decided to kind of just take a chance on myself, be an entrepreneur, be self-employed. With that, I gave away a lot of opportunities to kind of just have a chance to learn something every single day, because when you go to school, you are learning new things every single day, inevitably. So I kind of had to take it upon myself to make sure that I was learning new things every single day. And there's so many different ways that you can learn new things. It can be by reading books, it can be learning a new language, it can literally just be having conversations with people that you don't typically have conversations with, and you learn new things from them. It's really just exposing yourself to the world. I feel like if you just expose yourself to the world, you are inevitably going to learn new things. You're going to retain information that you have not heard of before. If you are constantly taking inspiration from the same people, constantly having conversations with the same people, constantly rereading the books that you have already read, you're taking from the same things that you already know, you're going to just keep creating the same ideas with a little bit of a difference. But if you're really trying to branch out into your creativity, into your success, into your work, if you're trying to be different, if you're trying to expand your knowledge and better your skills, then it's really important to expose yourself to new things. Anything that you can learn from, anything that you can get inspired from, expose yourself. Don't stay in a bubble. Don't stay in your comfort zone. You need to get out of it. Especially for my creatives and my creators, like, it is so important that we are constantly trying new things, learning new things, because what would it look like if we were just uploading the same types of videos every single time? Make sure that you're learning new things, challenging your brain, challenging your mind, challenging your skills, and bettering yourself, because that's what we're here to do. Ultimately, we are here to better ourselves and be the best version of ourselves for 2024. There's a lot of different ways that you can implement mindfulness into your daily routine. It's not just meditating, it's also yoga. It can be listening to and repeating affirmations. It can be journaling. Mindfulness is truly whatever you think mindfulness is for you. There's no right or wrong answer. The reason why I say practicing mindfulness every single day is really, really beneficial is because it reminds you to be present and it reminds you to be grateful. I feel like a lot of times I personally get caught up in the things that I want or the things that I don't have, and I tend to kind of just forget, like, me a year ago, me 5 years ago, wish that I was where I am right now. And I can't take this moment for granted. I can't oversee this moment and oversee everything that I went through to get to this moment. I wish to be right here where I am right now, making this YouTube video right now. Mindfulness is a very good way to practice being grateful for things, to practice being present, to practice just appreciating life, appreciating your life, to really just tune into yourself. So try to implement that into your daily routine and just kind of see how it makes a difference in how you react when you see that it's sunny outside. I don't know about you, but I feel like every few months I tend to get in like this weird little rut where I feel like everything is just super repetitive. I feel like my life is just very bland and like there's nothing exciting happening. There's nothing for me to look forward to, and I just feel super unmotivated to go through the week. There's something that I started to do that helped me feel this way a lot less, and it helped me navigate how to get out of this rut whenever I am in the rut. And that is implementing new things into my week. Something that I don't typically do, something that I can look forward to at some random point in the week, so that kind of helps me push even more to get through the days and to be excited about the next day because I'm even closer to the day that I have this plan. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I started signing up for yoga classes. I started signing up for dance classes, hip hop dance classes. I started signing up for pottery classes, like just different things that I've been interested in that I haven't made the time to do. But also, if you're not really into doing classes, you can also just implement like little things while you're at home. It can be trying a new recipe to cook for dinner, trying a new combination for your coffee, anything that is just out of your ordinary routine. That's what's gonna shock your body a little bit, shock your mind a little bit, to be like, oh, this is new, this is different, this isn't what I'm used to. And it's gonna prevent your body from feeling like, oh, not this again. Because yes, the truth is a lot of your days are going to be repetitive. That's kind of just life. There's things that just have to be routine, but you don't have to see routine as a bad thing, because imagine what your life would be like without routine. If I'm traveling or if I go back home to my parents' house, my routine here is thrown off. I can't do anything that I typically do here. But this is the routine that I will sometimes complain about and be like, oh, this is like repeating itself. This feels like yesterday. Like I don't like it. But then the second that I don't have it for a little while, I'm like, crap, like I actually miss my routine. Like I need it. It's inevitable that you're gonna have a routine, and you should have a routine. It's also helpful to kind of look at things in a more mindful and grateful perspective. You need to stop saying, oh, I have to go to work today, and instead you need to say, I get to go to work today. And it comes back to that concept of being grateful for things, being grateful for the things that you wished for like 2 or 3 years ago, or even a month ago. This actually might be one of my favorite tips to give, because this is something that I struggled with so long. Spending intentional time with yourself is one of the most beneficial things you can do for your own mental health. There was a point where I was just super scared to just do things by myself. And it could have been something as simple as going to the grocery store or getting gas. I don't know, sometimes even just ordering my own food. Like I was scared of that stuff. And it was something that I never struggled with before, but for some reason I had struggled with it as of recently. I wasn't obviously fond of that idea of feeling like I needed someone to do stuff for me or do stuff with me. And so I started to create a challenge for myself to do things alone. That was going to my favorite restaurants to eat by myself, going to the beach by myself, going to museums in a foreign country where I don't speak the language by myself. And I'm so glad that I did that, because now there's so many things that I honestly prefer doing by myself versus doing with someone else. And so if you're in a similar situation where you kind of feel like you haven't been yourself, or you don't really know yourself much in a relationship, or even just like in general, you don't have to be in a relationship to date yourself. I feel like it's a really cool thing to learn new things about yourself. You'll realize so many new things about yourself that you never knew. So go on a date with yourself today, right now. Pause this video, go to your favorite restaurant, go to your favorite spot at the beach. Let me know how it goes in the comments. I cannot tell you guys the awe that I was in when I saw my screen time. Not too long ago, I looked at my screen time and that shit said 4 hours and 40 minutes. And yours is probably ridiculous too. But that's okay, we're not gonna judge, okay? This is not a judge zone. I feel like it's really easy for us to get in these TikTok holes, these Instagram holes, these Twitter holes, these YouTube holes, and we just end up mindlessly scrolling on social media, but in no way does that ever benefit us. I kind of end up feeling guilty for mindlessly scrolling on social media, because I'm like, there's so many other things that I could be doing other than this. I could be learning a new recipe, I could be learning a new skill, I could be going to a yoga class, a dance class, I could be editing a video. Like there's so many things I could rather be doing other than scrolling on my social media and comparing myself. I feel like it's really easy to become disconnected from the world and just be so stuck in our phones, especially because this generation is so heavily revolved around our phones and our medias and everything. I don't blame us, you know, I really don't. I feel like it's really important to balance out the time that you spend on your phone with the time that you spend outside. And honestly, you should be spending more time outside than the time that you spend on your phone, because there's just so much to do. Like, there's a world to explore, there's conversations to be had, there's lessons to be learned. Like, there's just so many things that you could be doing other than scrolling on social media. And I know it's hard for some people, especially if you are, working from home or you're at work all the time. I know it's hard to be mindful about going on walks or going on runs or, just being outside. But there's ways that you can implement it into your work life, work-life balance type thing. Maybe instead of doing your workout inside, you do your workout at a park. Maybe instead of finishing your homework at your desk, you go to the beach and finish your homework. The amount of time that I spend on my phone is a bad habit, and it's also really hard to break that bad habit. So I can try to implement doing things that I'm already doing and just changing the environment, and that will make a significant difference in my screen time and also just like my mental health, because social media is a very negative environment to be in, and it's not a good environment to bask in for 4 hours and 40 minutes every single day.
Merry Christmas.